Right, so hopefully you can see this clear enough. So, I want to show you this one, a spiked rat trap. Now, the trigger doesn't look like it, but essentially it is kind of like a one-piece figure 4, but you kind of can't quite see it the way it's set up. But essentially it is, you've got a post coming up, this one hinged, and then your kind of trigger stick at the bottom. And you've got like the killing bar with nails in it and a couple of springs. I'll show you a close-up of some of the parts in a minute, but essentially what you would do is make something like this and then either put this somewhere that a rat has to pass through this gap. Alright, so through here, or enclose off the back with some either a box or sticks or something, so the animal's got to go through the front there. It's not one where you would put bait on it, because if the animal was kind of stood here and bit something off of there, the spikes would probably miss it. It's got to be passing through when it stands on this bar to make it go off. So it would attempt to step through and then the spike would come down and get it. Setting it is very easy because of this hinged arm. So once you get it halfway, you can just pull it down like this quite easily and hold it there, and then you stick your trigger stick in there. It's all safe, you don't have to get nowhere near it, and just place that in there. So like I said, if you had a hole in a wall or a rat was passing through or something, you could put that there, because it can't really pass anywhere else. It can't get through these gaps, too small. The only large gap is here. I've blocked this part off with a bit of wood, so the only place is really through there. Right, so the springs actually pass through the bottom and are held there by nails, because if you don't kind of make them pass through, you don't get the length and the pull on the springs, if you know what I mean. To be honest, this one needs to be a bit tighter, because it's actually holding, this end is actually holding it slightly up, but that wouldn't matter as long as it passes this bar, this one. So what I did was I drilled the holes for the nails, placed them in, and then just put a bit of wood over the back, rather than hammering the nails through and weakening the wood, splitting it. I actually drilled them through and then held them in place by a piece of wood. The back side is just like that, pretty simple. This bit of wood was added at the end because without it, it created a big gap at this end, and then that gap just meant that an animal would be able to just pass straight through it. So you can see how much of a gap there would be there. So I filled that in, so the only gap is here. And the trigger stick had to be carved pretty weird as well. You see it's kind of got two curves to it, because I could have adjusted the entire trap, but I didn't want to do that. I kind of wanted it left as it was, and then I thought I'd just adjust the trigger. So see, if the trigger was straight, you can see that it would be too low, if you know what I mean. So if it came straight along the bottom, it would be here, and then being there, the animal wouldn't stand on it. So it had to come up and across to make it work. And then that would definitely be in the range of being stood on there as well.